Deputy Premier Dr. Kedrick Pickering has welcomed efforts to have the signs and symbols of the British Virgin Islands enshrined, but he also thinks names such as Sir Francis Drake should be replaced with indigenous names. Pickering's comments came during the 10th sitting of the House of Assembly on July 25th, while debating a motion to approve the selection process used to identify the territorial signs and symbols.
Organized and systematic way that no generation that come or no foreign entity that comes can change what is already enshrined. I mean, I said at the ticket last evening that I was university educated and had never heard about the Nottingham estate in the context of how the letter was written and how the land was manumitted to the slaves. Had never heard it because the history wasn't told. You know, we grew up, we knew about Christopher Columbus, we knew about Sir Francis Drake and the Sir Francis Drake channel. He come from all the way where he come from, and he got a channel named after him. You know, Minister, I'll change that one soon. Our channel out here. It belongs to us, not Sir Francis Drake. You know, and those things are important.
In September 2009 and again in 2012, the Minister for Education and Culture appointed an ad hoc committee on the territorial signs and symbols consisting of members of the Department of Culture, members of the National Cultural Policy Committee, and members of the Territorial Signs and Symbols Committee. Minister for Education Myron Walwyn, in his remarks after the motion was approved and passed with amendments, says his ministry is committed to improving territorial pride.
But in a country where you have many persons coming to live among you, if you do not define yourself, you'll be defined by others. And this is what we are trying to do here. Because if you don't do this somewhere along the line, 10, 15, 20 years from now, you might hear the national dish is curry goat. It could happen. And what the Deputy Premier said is a very important point, that you have names are important. Names are important, and we cannot take it lightly. He made reference to Hodges Creek being renamed. Sometimes you go to certain areas in the community, depending on which part you go, and you will see the name of an estate made up by somebody on the gate in an area that already has a name. And if you don't fix that and arrest those kind of issues, 10, 15 years from now, that is the name that will be known.
The national symbols were announced to the public during Territory Day celebrations on July 1st, 2013 at the Noah Lloyd Park. These are the territorial dress, the territorial song, O Beautiful Virgin Islands, the territorial tree, the white cedar, once used to make the famous Virgin Islands sloops. The flower of the white cedar is a territorial flower. The territorial bird remains the turtle dove. The territorial dish is a fungi and fish, and the territorial music is fungi music. This music represents a cook-up of sounds that are embedded in the musical style of enslaved Africans. The territorial gift is a miniature version of the territorial Virgin Islands sloop, and the territorial colors will be yellow, green, blue, white, and red.